Hi, my name is Dr. D, and today we're going to talk about discernment. Let's talk about it. I'm going to be reframing discernment from a spiritual perspective, and those two words together always tie me up. But I have been in a lot of conversations with survivors who are up to some amazing things and are in deep, deep prayer to the universe, to God, to their ancestors, to want to make life different, right? To make some different decisions in their life, different choices in their life, and to also not be in the same situationship or relationship that they've been in the past with abuse and power. And so I want to give us some clarity today around that prayer. When survivors pray about discernment, I think there's something that they're not thinking about. I think when all of us pray around discernment, there's something that we just don't think about, the other side of discernment. And so the prayer goes something like this: God, show me the truth, help me see clarity, reveal what I need to know so that I can make a different decision in my life, right? But there is a spiritual tension that many of us are not talking about that I want to bring to light today. And that is, sometimes when we pray God for discernment, we don't like what God shows us, right? We don't like what we see. God actually shows us all the things. And actually, by the time you're praying around discernment, it's because you've seen some things. The tension is you don't like what you see most of the time, right? So discernment is not comforting. I think that we think that if prayer in general is some comfort, and prayer, especially when we're asking to see the truth, it is not comfortable, right? Discernment is clarity, and clarity is painful. When you are in a job that you love, when you're in a relationship that you love, when you are living a life that you dreamt of that is falling apart in front of you and you don't know what to do with it, and you're asking God for this truth and this reality so that you can make a choice. And then when God gives you that truth and reality, you don't know what to do with it. So, for survivors especially, there is a moment where discernment arrives, right? This quiet knowing, it's a tightening in your body. It's a pattern that you no longer can unsee. It's a truth about a relationship, about a leadership, about a workplace, about a sister in your life, a family member in your life. And the question then becomes, are we asking God for discernment, or are we asking God to change the way that we see what God has already revealed to us? Right? Because those are two different prayers. One says, God, show me the truth. The other says, God, make the truth easier for me to stay. So, are you asking God for discernment, or are you asking God to make reality different than what your discernment is already showing you? And that's a deep ass question that I want survivors to ask themselves. And why I'm specifically talking to survivors is because one of the things that we lose when we are in a domestic violence and in emotionally, verbally, economic, abusive, gaslighting, manipulative, narcissistic relationship is our ability to discern. But do we really lose it? Because I think that survivors do something really, really well that other people do not know how to do, because they have not had to develop that muscle in this particular way, which is survivors learn how to read a room. Survivors know how to read the room before a word is spoken. We know how to feel shifts in energy before harm becomes visible. We know how to hear the difference between what someone says and what they're actually doing, and what their intention is, and what their spirit is actually communicating. We have a direct connection to God. We have a direct connection to our ancestors. Our body speaks to us loudly than anybody else on this earth. So let's demystify real quick. Survivors know how to discern. Their discernment, though, has been told to them that it is some level of dysfunction, that they're always on high alert, that they're always, panicked. Yes, we are, but not for the reason that people think. That discernment that we have had to learn how to have on high alert is actually spirit speaking to us, because we are aligned to spirit in a very different way. So, real quick, listen. If you are a survivor and you are asking God for discernment right now, I want you to think about what are you doing when that discernment and that truth is being revealed to you, because this is a partnership with the universe that you have. If you are asking for truth and the universe is giving you truth, then the question is, how will you respond, right? Because what you may want to say, instead of asking for truth and clarity, is you may want to say, God, can you please show me how to trust the wisdom that you've already placed inside of me? So, are you asking God for discernment, or are you asking God to change the way that you see what is already revealed to you so you can stay? That's the big question, because those are two different prayers, right? One tells me, God, show me the truth. The other says, God, make the truth easier for me to stay. Survivors know this tension super, super well, right? We sometimes pray for discernment, but we're secretly hoping that God will tell us how we can stay in a space that we already know is not good for us, in a space we already know that we need to leave in order to grow, right? In a space that our children are not safe, in a space we're not safe, in a space where mentally, emotionally, spiritually we are dying, right? So discernment is about honoring what is revealed. And I think we don't think about discernment like that. We're like, oh, we're going to see something. God is going to reveal something. And then all of a sudden, something is just supposed to happen from out of the blue. But discernment is showing you how to honor what the universe, what God, what your ancestors has already revealed to you multiple times, right? And that they're like waiting for you to do something with it, right? It is trusting the wisdom that is already placed inside of you. That is what discernment is about. Discernment is not about constantly looking outside of yourself and asking God for the truth. Discernment is about knowing the truth that is already being revealed, knowing the truth your body already knows, knowing the truth that your brain already knows, knowing the truth emotionally you already know, knowing the truth that your physical body already knows, that your mental state already knows, right? That your spirit knows. Because why is this important for survivors to understand that distinction? Because we are taught to override that. It's not that survivors don't have discernment. It's that we are taught that what we are discerning, in order for that person to control us, we are taught that that which we are discerning already is not real. We are taught to doubt our intuition. We are taught to explain away the harm that is being done to us. And we are taught to reinterpret any red flags. And instead of moving into action and leaving, we are like, oh, that's just a misunderstanding. Things will change. Da 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 da. So healing often looks like this. Stop asking God to make things look different. Okay? And start asking God for the courage to honor what you see and the tools to be able to do something with what it is that you are seeing. Not every prayer is new information. It is information that already exists with you. Discernment in prayer is about the information that already exists, not asking God for new information to be revealed to you, because maybe this time you will do something about it. And discernment is sacred intelligence. So let me tell you something. Survivors of every form of violence, oppression, war, abuse. We are intelligent beings because we are connected to the Most High God. We are connected to our ancestors. We got a group of people, of warriors fighting with us and for us, which is why we can stay in something for years and years and years and still survive it, come out of it, and continue to survive it, right? So this is about you honoring that you are a sacred being, that you have sacred intelligence, that there is a way that your body tells you, this is not safe for my spirit to be here. This is about you asking, right? Is what the situation I'm in aligned with my healing, with who I am, with where I'm going in the world? Let's talk about it.